So this kind of dovetails into a post I did yesterday in thinking about the impact on occupations in the U.S. From what I labeled virtual AI, so just AI in a computer or in a phone,
Mhm.
versus what I labeled embodied AI, which is AI in a car or robot, humanoid robot perhaps, or just any robot. And so I downloaded some data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics from 2023 was the latest data I could find in terms of um, occupations, number of people employed in those occupations, and the average pay of those occupations.
Hmm.
Okay. So the largest occupation category is office and administrative support, over 18 million people. And so, in my estimation, most of those jobs probably can be challenged by just virtual AI. You don't need a humanoid robot to start taking over those jobs.
Right.
Now, in some cases you do, but just in
Mhm.
general,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then we've got transportation, material moving occupations. Um, Now it depends. If we've got truck drivers in here, then that's just FSD. If we have people that are physically moving stuff, with their bodies, then that's you're going to need a humanoid robot or some other robot to take those jobs away. So, given the mix there, I put that in the embodied AI category.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the lines aren't clean here in terms of
Right.
which is
Right.
impacted by which.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that I'm not the only person who was not reading clearly and maybe misinterpreting what you're doing here. These are all occupations in the United States, not AI occupations. These are all occupations by
Yeah.
the size of the number of people that are in those occupations, and then you're looking at the impact on each of those. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, and I haven't attempted to rank order or anything here. I'm not suggesting that farming, fishing, and forestry is the least impacted at the
Right,
bottom there. That's just the smallest occupation
right,
category,
right.
right? The largest occupation category at just over 18 million is the office administrative support.
So
Um,
if they got rid of all the administrators at the universities and K through 12, that would cut that in half. They don't even have to worry about AI impact.
that's right. So there's other things that work there, isn't there? Yeah, right. There's other cost saving opportunities besides just deploying AI.
Right.
So first of all, I would say that what I did here is pretty rough, but I wanted to get some sense of, is how is AI going to impact occupations?
Yeah.
Are we going to have to wait for humanoid robots to really see the impact, or are jobs going to be impacted by just what I call virtual AI?
Right. Right.
And I think the answer is a clear yes, that virtual AI is going to have a profound impact long before the humanoids start showing up.
Right. Right.
Now, the interesting thing about that is you can't see something taking your job. You're just out of work all of a sudden,
But you might see
right?
it coming.
Sorry?
You might see it coming.
Well, you may, you may not.
So the coders have seen it coming.
Yes.
For instance, see, for instance, and I think maybe the customer service people right now, the phone customer service people probably are seeing it coming. Um,
Yeah.
because it's
And
been,
there's certain
yeah, yeah,
and there are certain jobs, like for example, certain fast food restaurants now are employing AI to take orders.
very substantial numbers of
Yeah.
Yum Yum. Is that the
Yum brands, Yum
Yum
brands.
brand? Yeah, they are going all hog wild, so to speak.
Yeah. And so in that case, it's not that those workers lose their jobs, it's they're probably then freed up to do other things,
That's what they
which,
said. That's what they said in their release. But I was thinking that the turnover in fast food is so
yeah,
fast. My guess is that they just won't be replaced.
perhaps, or certainly alleviates needing to find somebody to do that work.
Right. Right.
And maybe if you can use AI to, reduce some of the more challenging parts of the job, maybe people will stay with the job a little bit longer and it helps with turnover.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure if taking orders from people is a particularly challenging part of that job, but yeah. So here's a kind of a summary then of the impact. So this is by number of jobs.
Okay.
And so using my judgment and the rough numbers here, I think about 44 million jobs in the US could be impacted by just virtual AI.
Hmm.
Okay. And 108, 110 million jobs, the rest of them will be impacted by embodied AI.
Gotcha.
Okay, so about 30% to virtual, about 70% to embodied. But when I take a look at it from an income standpoint,
Mhm.
it's actually more like 40-60 instead of 30-70,
Yeah.
right? So AI is coming for jobs, and it may be coming for some of the higher paying jobs first,
Right.
right? So that's kind of interesting. I think traditionally we think of technology, taking away some of the lower paying jobs, but in this case, perhaps not.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so that was just kind of a rough exercise. I plan to take it a little bit further, but we'll talk about that in future weeks.
Okay. If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look, or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.